Hello, assalamu alaikum students. Today we will learn about trigonometry. Trigonometry because the next topic, how to find the components of a vector, cannot be done without knowing the basic trigonometric functions. The most common type of simple type of triangle is a right angle triangle. Right angle triangle. One of the angle is 90 degrees. This is a right angle triangle. The sides of the right angle triangle, the names of the sides of the right angle triangle depends upon the angle which we are considering. Basically, there are three sides, that's why the longest side is called hypotenuse. Hypotenuse. And one of the side is called adjacent. And the third side is called opposite. We have to decide that which of the side will be adjacent and which of the side will be opposite, and which one will be hypotenuse. So we will decide according to the angle which we are considering, because one of the angle is 90 degrees and rest of the two angles are there. The other two angles, one of them will decide which one is adjacent and which one is opposite. Now you have to focus on this diagram. This is 90 degrees. How we will decide that which of the side is hypotenuse? The longest side of a right angle triangle is hypotenuse, or the side which is opposite to the 90 degrees angle, that side is called hypotenuse, and shortly we just write hypo. So here we have hypo. As I told you, here in this case I am considering this angle, and the symbol for angle is theta. This is theta. This is theta. Theta is a symbol for angle. If this is our angle, then opposite to this angle, the side will be called opposite. It's very simple. This side is opposite, and the side which is adjacent to the angle, that is called adjacent. Opposite, sometimes we just write OPP, and adjacent in a short form we write ADJ. If we know how to name the sides of a right angle triangle, then there are some trigonometric ratios which will help. We have to learn about trigonometric ratios. There are three trigonometric ratios: sine, cosine, and tangent. In the short form, we write just sine as sin and cosine as cos, and tangent just as tan. But we will read it sine, cosine, and tangent. But we are writing in the short form, and then it will be sine theta, cosine theta, or tangent theta. These are trigonometric ratios. We have to memorize that the ratio between which side is sine theta, the ratio between which sides will be cosine or tan. Sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse, so it will be always opposite over hypotenuse. Then cosine theta will be adjacent over hypo, and tan theta is opposite over adjacent. opposite over adjacent. This is important for us to memorize. Then sine will be opposite over hypotenuse, cosine adjacent over hypotenuse, tan opposite over adjacent. Now we can memorize them like this. Look, sine S, sine is actually opposite over hypotenuse. So sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So it will be SOH. And cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. And tangent is opposite over adjacent. So some people, they memorize them like this, SOHCAHTOA. If you like, then you can memorize these three trigonometric ratios like SOHCAHTOA. For sine, opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine, adjacent over hypotenuse. And tangent is opposite over adjacent. Now we have to solve one of the question. We have to solve one of the question, then it will help you to understand that how we will use. In a scientific calculator, we have sine theta and cosine theta. See here in our calculator, here you have this button, sine, cosine, and tangent is there. Now I will solve one of the question, and then rest you will solve at your own. See here. Now there is one question. So this is question number 1. See, we have to solve for different situations. If this angle is 35 degrees and hypotenuse is 20, then I have to find opposite. Think, we have to find opposite, or we can say this is x. Now we have to first name the sides. Okay. See, this is 90 degrees. We have to find opposite. This side is hypotenuse. I'm just writing H. I have hypotenuse, I have opposite. Which of the ratio is the relationship between hypotenuse and opposite? See here, the previous page. Opposite and hypotenuse is sine theta. Then I will write sine theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Then sine of 35 degrees, because theta is 35. Opposite I have to find out, that is x, and h is 20, so I will write here 20. Then I have to find x. X is equal to, there will be a cross multiplication, is a simple mathematics, sine 35 degrees. Use your calculator to get the answer. See, what we do, we will do 20 sine 35. You will get the angle, you will get the answer 11.47. My calculator is telling me 11.47. If this is in meters, then the other side will also be in meters. So this is how I can find an unknown side if one side and an angle is given. Sometimes we have to find angle. We can have another example, that in this triangle this angle is missing, and it's provided that this is 11 meters, and here we have 7 meters. Now this angle is missing. We have to find this angle. If this is the angle, then this is opposite. Then this will be adjacent. Now opposite and adjacent, what is the name of the ratio? Which ratio we will use? This is opposite and adjacent. Opposite and adjacent is tan theta. That's why I will write tangent theta is equal to opposite over adjacent. So opposite is 7, adjacent is 11, then there is tan theta. It's important to note how we will find this. 7 over 11, use your calculator. What is the answer? 7 over 11. See, 7 over 11 is 0.63. So it's 0.63. Our this is not complete because we are looking for theta, and we know that this is tangent theta. When tan will go to the other side, it will become tan inverse 0.63. How you will do it in your calculator? See, this is, here is the calculator. Press the button shift, then tan. Now it's tan inverse 0.63. Close the bracket and see the answer, 32.21 degrees. So theta is equal to 32.21 degrees. So this angle is 32.21 degrees. This is how we'll solve, and there is one worksheet is also attached. Try to solve that. See you next time, inshallah. Maassalam.